We are here on this is the Charlotte tournament. So this is the Charlotte Norm tournament. This is round 2. Yo, thanks for the follow, tearing off. So this is round 2 of the Charlotte IM tournament. My son drinking if I ain't group. Yeah, this was OTB. This was OTB Daniel Gruhl. That is correct. This was OTB. So this is round 2. You know, I'm playing a very strong player, Kyron Griffith. I actually played him in the Chicago Open 2 years ago. 2 years ago, same dude and same colors. Like I had black the first time I played him, and I got a draw actually. Played E4, I played the Accelerated Dragon. We ended up getting a draw. So I faced him again this time in the Charlotte IM tournament. You know, and fast forward, I don't know if he had this then, but, you know, this was 2 years ago. I didn't know this until afterwards, later on. This man already got 3 norms, or I think he got 2 norms, and he's about to get his 3rd. I think he's working on his 3rd norm, or the rating. One or the other, the man is basically already done what he's looking to do. He got some norms, he's very close to the next one, and he needs the rating 2400 FIDE, that man in IM. So basically, he is in IM. He just got to get the rest of the stuff, qualifying him to be an international master with the title. So, very strong player. So, I get him round 2. And I'm telling you, my prep, hold up. Hold on. My prep, bro, my prep is something serious. I'm a nasty prepper. I know how to prep for hours on hours about somebody. And I'm very good with prep, to say the least. I'm extremely good. Now, the thing is, if the prep works, you in trouble. Meaning, like, if they play it. If they play something different, then all your prep usually goes out the window, or you have to use it for somebody else. That's usually a problem with prep. Is like, oh yeah, I know who this guy is and this and that. He might play this. And like, you know, even Bobby Fischer did it. I can't remember what game, but Bobby Fischer playing Spassky, right? And what did he do? He played C4 and threw everything off. Like all that prep I was doing, and then he played C4 English. You know, so there's no way to prep in that World Championship match after that happens. So here, I'm playing Kyron. I got the black pieces. Kyron's a very strong FIDE master. Very, very strong. Nobody in this tournament actually got the desired result, which was 6.5 out of 9. So literally everybody it was a bloodbath. Everybody was swinging and fighting, hit this man with the sink, throw him off the building. He came back with the aircraft. Like it's just everybody was hitting each other, and it was nobody at 6.5, which was the desired result. Does your prep go out the window often? Not often, actually. Not often. In fact, very rarely, which is why this tournament was it was like you learned a lot. It was kind of weird in a way because I prepped a lot, but I think I only got what I prepped. Maybe 2 games, maybe 3. I don't even know, bro. It was really like, yo, what is this, right? You know what I mean? Like, what is this? Like, I'm not getting anything. It's literally, you're not getting anything. Is this tournament ongoing or finished? This is a finished tournament. This was earlier this month. So, here we go. All right, so I'm playing black, right? He go D8 for D4, and I went knight of 6. So, my knight of 6 stuff, I was playing King's Indian at the time. I was playing King's Indian, and notice that, you know, you have to adapt every day as a player. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse every single day. So the player you are yesterday is worse than the player you are today, or should be, you know, and tomorrow you should be a better player than you are today. So with that being said, of course, I don't play the King's Indian defense anymore. I just don't. I have a new coach. Shout out to my coach. Let's go. But my GM coach, but we working, and he recommended to Grunfeld. And then I also heard this from somebody else in the same tournament. And he was like, Grunfeld. I'm like, I've tried it before, and I didn't have great success. It was too much studying at the time. This was like maybe 7 years ago when I tried to play the Grunfeld then. And I had a book, a little green book, and I was like, I don't know. It's a lot of sharp stuff. I don't really know. And I wasn't studying the way I was studying. You know, I'm studying now. So it was just different. I'm like, I ain't really feeling this Grunfeld. So it's all good. But I found my King's Indian like maybe 3 years ago, right? King's Indian is a very hard opening to play when you start playing big fellas, the big boys, you know. IM, GM, FM, sometimes FM and NM, but it's definitely extremely hard to play the King's Indian as the ranking goes up. Now, my results with King's Indian is actually like maybe 50-50. Honestly, I think it's 60-40. I've lost some games to strong players with the King's Indian, but I've also beat a few strong players, but not enough to say the King's Indian is actually working over the board. And this is through the past few years playing over the board chess. King's Indian is a very nice swashbuckling opening. One of my favorites. I like that kind of chess. You know, I like playing aggressive chess, but started to find and doing extensive research, asking GMs. I have my new coach now as well. And I learned that King's Indian, you know, is just not what you're looking for to get to the next level. You can play it. You can, but it takes a lot more work playing the stronger players. Now, the Grunfeld, though, is actually different, and it's more dynamic, and it's objectively a better opening from what I've been studying and learning from what my gym coach said. So that was fire for me. I'm like, that's nice. Now, with that being said, what's happening, bro? What's good, Grand Knight? It's Fiddler Grunfeld expert. That's right. He got some content dropping. Literally, I am waiting. I'm like counting the hours because I know when it's content about to drop from for the Grunfeld from Svidler. Grunfeld over Nimzo, absolutely. I mean, of course, Nimzo is more of a hybrid opening where like there's tactics and positional play. Grunfeld too, but I'm more of like tactics first, then positional play. Nimzo is more like a little bit of both. Let's go. Yo, thanks for the prime because it's time. I appreciate you, Oro Druin 187. Thanks for that prime. Appreciate you over here. Let's go. So, Knight f6, right? I'm playing King's Indian, fun opening. Not anymore, though. You have to adapt. So, for me, over the board will be no more King's Indian, which is a very, very strong opening. If you check my YouTube channel right here in the chat, guys, I actually have a playlist with like 12 videos on it. So you can watch and you can learn a lot and everything that I've learned, but it's time for me to advance and go to the big boy level. Now, with that being said, let's get in the game. After knight f6, c4, I play g6. Hey, and this is still, stuff I'm just whipping out the moves because, I don't know what line he's going to play yet. And honestly, I was already not thrown off, but in a way I was prepping probably like 2 hours of just e4 because our last game was an e4 game. So naturally, what am I expecting? Naturally, last time we played was 2 years ago. I'm expecting him to play e4. So he doesn't, and he plays d4. So I'm already like, all right, well, throw all that in the garbage. All the prep I just did, literally throw it in the garbage. Not throw it in the garbage. You could use it maybe later in the tournament or in a blitz game that you might remember, which I don't even play this Sicilian anymore. But at this certain Sicilian, I didn't say I don't play the Sicilian anymore. I just don't play Accelerated Dragon anymore. So, bro, what's good, Lax Cubes? What's good, my guy? Just when I started learning KID, no, I got a lot of material on KID. I highly recommend it if it's something you want to pick up. I don't recommend you start learning the Grunfeld right now. It's a very advanced opening. Very, very sharp. Lots of things that you do not understand between like compensation. Why is this exchange sacrifice working? How do I attack the center very aggressively? There's a lot of things in the Grunfeld that I think a King's Indian is a great starter. And then after you graduate in a way, unless you super GM or like Rajabov, who's like a King's Indian monster, he play it for all his life. That's different, But Grunfeld, you shouldn't start with. I think you should start with the King's Indian and graduate into the Grunfeld. That's kind of how it is. You become a bigger boy going into the Grunfeld. So J Cole opening, KOD. Ha. Funny. D4, knight f6, c4, and g6, right? Knight c3, bishop g7, e4, and d6. This is straight from the book. Stuff that we don't even think about. Even if you're 900, you can get this far through the opening in the King's Indian. And then f4 on the board, which is like, okay, here we go. This is the first time I've ever faced this over the board, by the way, as well. This is called the 4 pawns attack, which I do have a video actually on this in my my quick starter guide on the YouTube channel. You can check that out. But here, this 4 pawns here is very, very big. It's a big center. The things about these big centers, there's always 2 sides to it. It's the person without the center, which is black, and the person with it, which is white here. And what you want to be doing is actually attacking the center relentlessly as much as possible. And white should be trying to hold it down as quick as possible and trying to play around it and play aggressive if possible. Yeah, 4 pawns attack, correct. So I'm like, all right, cool. This was not something. For instance, like I didn't study this one that much. This one is not one that you study a lot. So it is a fun one, correct. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, this is about to be wild. I already knew this because I know that this is one of the King's Indian variations that I didn't spend a lot of time on. I spent some time, but not enough to be like, oh man, I'm about to crush this. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens, right? So I knew the plans and ideas fairly well, and I knew I could get a great position, which I actually did, and I'll show you guys what happened. After f4, I castle, which is the main move, and after knight f3, you play c5, expecting d takes c5, which you'll see this in my YouTube video in the King's Indian. If you check the King's Indian playlist, you'll see it. D takes c5, usually it's knight a6, with a nice pawn sacrifice leading to a lot of play. Do you think he prepped you and think you play KID? Thinking you play KID? That probably could be a possibility. That could be a possibility, actually. But at the same time, like they can prep for you, they can't prep for you. Like you kind of. I know how to play King's Indian anyway, so it's kind of hard. Thanks for the yo Mighty Blank. Let's go. Thanks for the prime because it's time. I appreciate you. But that's a good question there, Real Black Queen. He probably could have prepped for that. Yeah, because I know I prepped my last round actually was like that. I know he was expecting me to play e4, and I played c4, and I saw what he played against c4. But I didn't have, like, I don't have any, like, besides blitz games online, which of course that's what I check for them too as well. I don't have a bad record with this 4 pawns, you know. So maybe he could have prepped, and he might. Actually, after the game too, he told me, he was like, yeah, I didn't expect that move because I played something different out of the opening. So he was already out of prep, you know, from a certain point. But it was definitely interesting. That's a great question though. Thanks for the follow, Sneaky Snake. Appreciate that. And Mighty Blank, once again, thanks for that, Twitch Prime. Because it's time. We appreciate you. Your streams are so motivating, make my day better because of the vibe. Let's go, consumer tech. Flex real hard. That's what's up. Glad to have you here. So after c5, usually pawn takes would mess up the whole center. So if you check this out, this whole center needs to be eliminated. That's why c5 is very strong. So d5 is the main move because you want to keep the center strong. So after d5 here, after d5, I play this move e6 because you have to break up the center. You have to. It's literally mandatory, or else you're going to get steamrolled. So e6 is the move here, immediately breaking up the center. And what does he do? Bishop e2, one of the main moves, just focusing on development and castling. After bishop e2, I take on d5. There's 2 ways you can capture. Literally, this is still all book. All book. But actually, right here, I was frozen. I was frozen. Yo, let's go. Brace Paradox. Thanks for that. 3 months in a row. I appreciate you. Thanks for that. So here, after c takes d5, I was literally not prepped. I wasn't prepped as not that I wasn't prepped, but I knew there was like 4 different lines here. Yeah, this is still theory. Atomic Lich is correct. That's correct. This is still theory, but there's a lot of moves here. I have a newer book which I recommend to my students too. That knight to b to d7 is actually the newer move that hasn't played as much. And actually, the author of the book says that him playing the 4 pawns from the white side, this was not a move that he was used to, knight d7. So you have knight d7. Rook e8 is the older move, is what I grew up on, but, you know, like what I played in the last 3 years was rook e8, because I remember it just hits e4, and then you can play b5 and stuff like that. So I knew it was one of these moves, but, you know, what would you play in this position, guys? So we go into the chat now. So chat, what we playing here, right? You got rook e8, you got knight d7. You know, what else are you trying to do here? Kind of reminds me of a Benoni, this position with the d6 pawn. Yes, correct. It's definitely some type of Benoni. Knight d7 and a gambit. Knight d7. e8, rook e8 probably. Get the bishop out. Knight d7. Get the bishop out of knight d7. So maybe knight d7 or bishop g4 maybe. Bishop g4 is a move actually, real black queen. That's actually one of the other moves I forgot about. a5, e8, bishop g4, threat e4, rook e8, knight d7, rook e1. I'm trying to swap out the knight for c3. Try to prevent knight b5. Play a3, a6, knight e8. Man, y'all strong out here. Okay, hit him. Hit him. Hold on. Okay, I see y'all working out here. Bishop g4, rook e8, knight d7. Yeah, now this is strange to me. When there's an enemy pawn on d5, I'm used to going for f5. But we have no e-pawn. Yeah, so here's the move. This is what I chose here, actually. Watch. Nobody said it. No one has said it. No one has said it. And this is why I was thinking outside the box. And actually here, you know, I combined an idea that I'm used to seeing. And actually, after the game, he told me, yeah, I've never seen that one. And honestly, when I went back and checked my studies, I was like, oh, that wasn't. Actually, I was really off the head. But at the same time, the engine liked it, and it wasn't a bad move. It was like weird. It was just like, that's not usually played right now. So here's the move, guys. Here it is. You ready for it? Flex real hard. Here we go. B5. And we live. B5. This is a usual concept that happens a whole lot in the 4 pawns. So the b5 move, right? And you're like, why can't he just take the imaginary pawn here? He can, absolutely. If he takes with the pawn here, where I tell my students a lot of times about, you know, center pawns, well, in a nutshell here, just so we don't have to go very off topic, is center pawns are worth more than wing pawns. So if he takes knight takes b5, I immediately take on e4 and I get the center pawn, which is worth more than the wing pawn. So very strong. Very, very strong. In the London 2, well played. Never mind, that's c5. That's correct. Yeah, c5 in the London. Very good. Very good, real black queen. Absolutely. So now, you also have b5 sometimes, but usually you'll play b6 in the more conservative, better Londons is b6 with c5 and keeping the bishop on a long diagonal, taking over the e4 square is usually one of the best GM lines to use. But b5, knight takes b5 is knight takes e4, so I take the center pawn. And if bishop takes b5 immediately, then I play what, guys? What are we playing? After bishop takes b5, what's the intention? What's up, Quick to Live? What's good, bro? We in here. What are we playing after bishop takes b5? A6 from Real Black Queen. That is a move. That is a move. We have Queen from Ha Ha Hard. We have Queen. Okay. Knight takes C4 from Gunny Slayer. Queen A5. Knight takes C4. Queen A5, and we live. Okay. Okay. Take E4 with the knight. That's correct. It's knight takes C4 for the score. Knight takes C4 is a big boy move. After knight takes, then we hit him with the check. Flex real hard. Hitting B5, and also if knight C3, then we takes. We just snap it, and I can take on B5. The problem here is I am giving up my dark square bishop. I have to be very aware of this, but his king is in the center of the board with no castling rights temporarily. Bishop A6 can be a thing as well. Pretty nice, right? Yeah, absolutely. This is a common tactic that you want to know in the King's Indian. So let's go back a little bit here. Let's go back, and then, okay, B5, and he played E5. So I'm also threatening B4, and B4 is going to attack the knight, which is hitting E4 at the same time. That's nasty. Yeah, beauty. Yeah, right. I'm for the tactics, right? King's Indian for life, you know, KID, right? But KID gets you some trouble when you're playing these big dogs and know what they're doing. Now, I had a very good position here, and I'll show you kind of basically the title of this YouTube video is going to be "Don't Take Unnecessary Risk." That's what the title of the YouTube video is going to be. Don't take unnecessary risks, because I'm going to show you actually what happened here. Now, after B5, I can play B4. And he also can play A3, but what happened was he played E5 here. So E5, I was already expecting this. I'm like, E5, yo, that's fine. Like E5, I'm not even tripping, bro. After E5, I'm like, I actually just take on E5 and takes back, and which is what happened. I took, and now remember those 4 pawns that was there? It's down to what? 2 pawns. So 4 pawns turned into 2 pawns. Can you believe that? Actually, I think my son is up. Tripping right now. My 1-year-old. I think he good though. Yo, thanks so much, TBA, gifting us the Real Black Queen. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think my 1-year-old tripping right now. You see, and it's his bedtime. He might be alright. We'll see. We'll edit it in YouTube if he's up. Yeah, I think he's mad, bro. I think he need a bottle or something. Make sure he good. Yeah, that's my baby boy. Yeah, he eating a lot too. My man's out here eating, bro. Make sure he good. Yeah, he's good. I think he's good. We'll see. We'll see how he acts. So after F takes E5, though, he took take. This is what happened. Takes. And that 4 pawn now turned into 2 pawns. It turned into 2. And then after that, go check on him. Yeah, I think it's bedtime for him. So we'll see. He's in and out. He did just eat, got a nice little bath, you know, chilling with his brother. Yeah, that's my man's. Appreciate y'all too. Yeah, he's playing now. Okay, so after F takes C5, knight to G4. This is what I chose here. That 4 pawns actually turned into 2 really quickly. After pawn takes, we got 2 pawns we only dealing with now. Jedi Apprentice, yeah, he's going to be real strong. They both going to be GMs going up, you know. I'm going to be teaching them the ropes real fast. This is how you mate very quickly when you're 6 years old. So knight to G4 for the score. So knight to G4 actually hits E5. Yeah, it's going to be very strong here. And I noticed that, he could take on B5. I can play B4. And both of these are hanging. And what does he do actually? He chooses bishop takes B5. So here, I'm already comfortable with this position. I'm feeling really good. The center's open. I'm castled. This is pretty good. Make him learn Russian. Yeah, we actually gonna learn that together. I'm learning that. I'm learning a little bit on Duolingo. Trying to get a little bit of Russian just to maybe, read some chess books and talk to somebody in Russian about, how y'all be so good out here and born like 2100. I don't know how y'all do it. So, maybe if I learn Russian, they might tell me a couple secrets. Bishop takes B5. And then after bishop takes B5, knight takes E5 here. So I'm taking the center pawn. Bam. Thank you for the center pawn. And I'm feeling really, really good here at this point. Feeling really, really good. Because now I'm like, okay, this is a good position. This is a great position. Knight takes E5 is on the board. Like this open. And if he doesn't castle right now, he can get in a lot of trouble. Can he just take back? He can. He could just take back, which I wanted to hit him with this check first, but it actually doesn't work. It's a fatal error. And I think, let me check the engine. Oh, wow, I'm still okay. I could have played Queen E7 after that. But the best move is just taking back right now. And then if castles, he had some troubles maybe with Queen H4. And I might be sacking. I might be. Let me see. Is this over? They just said take a draw. Literally, they say if G3, sack everything and take a draw. and take a draw. Yo. Hey, appreciate that raid. Thank you so much, Nitsud Prime. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the prime, because it's time. So we're going over this game, and knight takes c5 could have been a move there, but it would have gave me a lot of counterplay. And one thing you want to remember, Real Black Queen, and you have to ask yourself a lot of times. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate that. Polo 999. Computers are funny like that. Yeah, you have to know, and you have to ask yourself many times. You know, is to take is a mistake, or you know, when I'm capturing. When I'm capturing, who is it better for? Is it better for me or is it better for them? And just because you can capture doesn't mean that you should. So you should always think twice about capturing Real Black Queen. But that is a real move. Knight takes c5 is a move, just not the best. It immediately activates my pieces, and I'm feeling great. So white castles and says, no, I'm not activating anything at this point. And here, guys, again, this is the title of the video. The title of the YouTube video when it's get posted to YouTube is "Don't Take Unnecessary Risk." Don't do it, bro. Don't take unnecessary risks. Please don't do it, especially in tournament games. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, look at the camera. Okay, come here real quick. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to it. Okay. So in this position is black to move. What are you guys going to play? What are some moves here? And I'm going to talk you through what I was thinking and moves that I could have played, potential moves, and then I'm going to show you the move that I did play. So let's see what we got. What you playing, guys? What we'll be putting in the chat. What we putting? I don't fight back. Okay, we got bishop g4. We got bishop g4, and I'm thinking about don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Pin the knight, bishop g4. Okay, yeah. Bishop h6. That's a move too. Hey, you know that's a move. Bishop g4. Yo, what's up, Jeff? Chef Jeff in the building. Shout out to the big fella. I won't do that again then. Yeah, be careful. Rookie 8. Well, Rookie 8, you are blocking with your face there, Real Black Queen. We're going to put that in the chat for you. We definitely going to put that in the chat with you. Just for you right there. That's why you're here. You're learning with us today. Rookie 8 is blocking straight up with your face. You absolutely can do that. But that is not something that we would like to do immediately. But that's okay, though. We still love you. Bishop f5. Bishop f5 is a move. Against the acid pawn, you trying to trade down. Knight takes f4. Knight takes f3. You could trade down. Bishop h6. Bishop g4. Okay. Nobody else is saying this other move, though. I have seen no one say this other move. That's crazy here. And did anyone say, hold on, let me see this other move. Let me go back up. Let me see. Did anyone say, no one has said it. Queen b6 from Brass Paradox. Knight b to d7. Okay, Real Black Queen caught it. Yeah, that was actually one of my main ideas, was knight b to d7. And actually, Rizzle, a6. Right. Yeah, knight takes f3 I ruled out. And the reason for it, check this out. You have to ask yourself, you know, again, what was the question? If I develop, you know, or if I take this, who is it better for? Is it better for me or is it better for them? Virtually, I have nothing out in a way. I mean, yeah, this pawn's weak, but like he's like 2 moves away from completing development. So Queen take, I just did not like the hint. He was so developed, way developed more than I am. And maybe I can defend quite quickly, but I don't know about this. I just didn't want to take on f3. Bishop g4, I was just annoyed with bishop e2. And it was the fact that, yeah, I could play, you know, I could trade everything down and play knight d7. But then this is drawish. And I was like, I'm not trying to play for no draw right now. Like, I really wasn't trying to play for a draw here. And then this is like an easy, I mean, yeah, I got pressure. This is probably something that I could have went for as well. And sometimes these are things that you have to accept when you are playing big dogs like Chiron, or even stronger, IMGM, that's already titled. You know, Chiron just an IM, just not with the title yet. So, you know, he's very strong. And, you know, I could go for this with an easy position. He does have a passed d-pawn that is strong, but not very strong because I do have the d8 square covered. And he has a little bit of pressure on f7. I have a little bit of queenside pressure. Virtually an equal game. Let's actually see what the engine thinks. Yeah, they say zeros, right? So this could have been an option. And I did see this. I actually saw this. I was like, okay, I could go for this. But I didn't go for that either. Let me catch it with the chat. What'd you say? That's what I thought, even though my elo says otherwise. Oops, bishop b7, knight takes f3, right. So, all right, so I had this move. I also tried knight b to d7, and I was like, I didn't like this move. I think bishop f4 was annoying to me. And then after bishop b7, I'm just like, I'm just developing. It's just chill, and I'm not getting, I was looking more for an advantage in a position where I shouldn't have, you know, and that's something that you have to learn as a player. You have to grow and see what went wrong. Why did I do this? And I did it because I wanted to take risk, and sometimes you have to take risks to win the game, but at the same time, it was an unnecessary risk when I could have just went for something better here and play a good game. And that's what I should have went for, one of these moves, knight b to d7, or like, you know, knight b to d7, also a6. A6 was another one actually. A6 was the engine move. So I should have played A6, but A6 ran into bishop E2, and then I think it said bishop B7 or knight takes then bishop B7. But again, all the same lines, they look all the same. Now here's what I did, guys. Here's what I did here. Now, this is not a jump off the deep end move. I didn't find the tallest building I can find and literally jump off of it. It wasn't one of those, but I did play this move here, which was mentioned. I played queen to B6. And here I played this move with a lot of things in mind. Queen to B6, I was number one, was the first mistake. All good though. No, actually, after queen B6, if you turn the engine on right now, it's already +2. And I was like, dang, bro, is that bad? Like, queen B6 was that bad, bro. Queen B6 was just unnecessary. It was unnecessary. And my idea here was to play C4. I wanted to check him. I wanted to check him and then play bishop G4. Literally, all it takes is a move. That's all it takes is a move, and you're already in trouble. It's very tempting. Correct. It's a very tempting move. Also, if you see a bishop retreat, then you have the B file that's extremely annoying. It's still like you can't develop this bishop yet. You know, and it was like so much to it. Like Royce 5'9". Yo, that's what's up. Royce. Appreciate it. What's up, Club Racing? Yeah, but I was like so mad, bro. Like queen b6, I really wanted to do this. I really, really wanted to do this. I also was like, well, you know, I have some ideas of taking the knight and taking the bishop. So, but queen b6 is just unnecessary. Don't take unnecessary risks. That's the title of the video. So, you know, don't do it. Don't do it. I had all these other ways that I saw that I was like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But I still went for the unnecessary risk, right? And of course, there was a little bit of underestimation of the opponent, which you shouldn't do. But at the same time, I was like, I wanted to take this risk. I wanted to go for it. And it definitely backfired immediately. After queen b6, this is what happens. Knight takes c5, bishop takes, and as soon as he moved it, I was like, this man's strong. And I was like, I shouldn't have went for this. He played bishop h6. Woo, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. It said, if you see a good move, look for a worse one. Look for a worse one. Yeah. Now, I remember even my dad, when I talked to him about this game, he was like, yo, why didn't you take the piece, bro? You know, my dad like a 2100 player strength-wise. He like 2100. He grew up through the ranks as just like I did. So bishop h6, you know, it's a scary move, right? Right now, I can win a piece, but if you take this piece, you might as well. Here, you ever seen somebody block with their face? Have you ever literally seen somebody like, you know, you're about to get hit and they choose their face to block with it? That's exactly what bishop takes c3 would be, because I looked at this and I was like, uh-oh, and I saw bishop h6 after he took the knight, and you know, I took on e5, and I was like, I wonder if he can get away with this, and he can. And I actually looked very deep, and I'm going to show you the line I looked at over the board that I was like, this just don't feel right. This just don't feel right. So I had to go for a different line. Now, Aman is one video. When you find a mate, look for maiden one, look for a better one. Yeah. Hey, Canty, how are you, man? I'm good, Sandeep. How are you? Absolutely. So I did not opt in, and I didn't want to go bishop g7 because I'm just feeling super passive here. I'm like, bishop g7, I don't have nothing developed. Like, what happened? I was already in trouble. I was already in trouble at this point. And I was like, why did I play queen b6? Why did I take the unnecessary risk? Why, right? So not a move, you know. But after bishop h6, if I take this, my dad wanted me to take. He was like, yo, just take. And I was like, nah, bro, this is not going to work, big fella. So after takes, bishop takes, king takes. Okay, we do a quick piece count. This is why development is important. All three of these pieces are undeveloped, but I am up a piece. Watch this. Queen f3, flex real hard, because anything else doesn't work. But queen f3 is the absolute best move. If I try queen d7 or b7, he's going to play queen f6 and hit me real hard this way. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know what? Step over. King g8 and we great. And then rook e1 and you're done. Start a new one. Now, how are you going to stop all of this? Rook e7, and this pawn is a monster here. So if knight a6, you play rook e7, and the game's over. Like knight a6, rook e7. And because of development, I'm just a move off. Queen takes f7 is coming. If queen takes d5, rook e8. I saw this. I'm like, oh, no, big fella. So I was like, okay, well, how about after takes queen f3? Then I try bishop f5. That's the easy refutation. g4, shut the door, start a new one. Easy. Queen takes f7. There's nothing you can do. Thanks for the piece back. You're just down. That's a wrap. So queen f3. I can't move here. I can't. Queen e8. Are you serious, bro? Are you serious? Okay, let's just like, no, we're not even going to talk about that move. Queen e8. So f5. F5 was my only choice here. Only choice if I get here. And then after f5, I was like, okay, I might be able to defend. And the first move I looked at was, what if he tries rook e1? And I was like, okay, if rook e1, I can come back to d7. So I'm kind of holding. still holding. All three of these pieces still undeveloped. So I'm like, okay, but then he might try queen f4, which threatening queen h6 check. Maybe something like this. And actually, this may not even be the most accurate, but I'm constantly defending here right now. I'm constantly defending. I think after king g7, he has like queen g5. And how has he stopped? You know, rook e7's coming. King here, maybe queen h6. Like, this is terrible. This is like, how did I get here, right? How did I get? And let's actually see what the engine move is after f5. Let me see how the engine crushes this right now. Apparently, it's not actually what is +3. But rook a to e1. I have to go bishop a6. I was thinking queen d7 immediately. Oh, it is queen d7. Okay, so queen d7. And then white plays queen h3 or queen f4. They're both the same. If queen f4, then I have to go bishop b7 now and let him check me. So what if I go king g7? That was a possibility for me. Queen h4 and the game is over. It's +12 after queen h4. This is the idea I was looking for. How do I get rook e7 and tie my king down at the same time? And that's how you do it. That's what I was looking for. That's why I checked on g5. Was trying to figure it out, but the engine found the best move. Obviously, rook e7 and h7. Everything's hanging. Crazy, bro. Insane, my guy. Insane. So back this boy up a little bit, right? So, and actually, let's see the engine line. It says rook a e1 is what I was thinking. And then queen d7. And then queen f4. I had to go bishop b7. He was going to check me. So this is the best line. And then after queen h4, I had to give material back. The best way to do something is give material back. Oh, actually, not queen h3. Queen h4 is better. And now after queen h4, my best move is knight to c6 and give the material back and try to do something. But I'm down in exchange. And I knew that this was wrong. I was like, something's really wrong. Something is really, really wrong here, bro. So, yo, that was funny. Real black queen. That's funny. That's funny right there. Y'all guys funny in the chat. So here, after rook a to e1 is queen f4. Queen f4 is a better move apparently from the engine. And then after queen d7, so basically the same thing. I guess they just wanted you to play queen f4 first. But I saw this. I saw this, right? I saw this in my head. I calculated it, and I was like, I can't take on c3. So I was mad. I'm like, dang, bro, why did I go for this unnecessary risk? The title of the video. Why? So queen b6 made no sense here because it's just, I'm getting in trouble. I'm letting his pieces develop. So now I have to either go for passive defense, or from one of my favorite books I learned from my first GM coach, says it was Mastering Chess Middle Games. And in that book, one of the chapters is defense. And instead of going for passive defense, one thing that, and the book is by Alexander Panchenko, if you're wondering, but it's a very strong book, but very, very hard. You know, they train 2,600 GMs with this middle game book. So it's definitely a dumb hard book, and it's not going to be something easy for you at all. But with that being said, I was going through the book. I remember seeing the defense chapter and Dave saying in the defense chapter, what was it saying? You know, instead of going for passive defense, you would even sacrifice a pawn just to stay active, so you don't have to sit in passive defense and literally just die over time, slowly die. Right. So I'm like, okay, bishop g7 is like, that's what I felt like. I was like, this feels like passive defense, and I'm slowly just going to get crushed. So I was like, what's active? So I chose rook d8. Rook d8 here. I chose rook d8. And actually, let's see what happens after bishop g7. Well, right now, you know what's funny, guys? It's still equal after a6. But this is, I mean, that, how hard is that, right? How hard is that to do? a6, this is equal, believe it or not. I cannot believe this right now, but this is an equal position somehow. I guess because the counterplay on the queen side and the two bishops. Bishop d4 check, he just goes king h1. I mean, yeah, you could check him, but he just and then what, right? And then what? You know, you have to think about that. And then what? You always have to have a follow-up. And then what? You should always answer chess questions that way too. If you're like, hey, this was my idea, you have to have your follow-up with it too, or else it doesn't matter. So rook to d8 to attack d6, right? Bishop d4 attacking d6 or d5. Yeah, you could, you know, but I have to develop. My pieces are so bad right now, so I'll play rook to d8 to do this. And of course, maybe take this later. I knew here it go. Queen f3. It's on the board. I had to go f5 because there's nothing else to do. And now I'm just like, man, this is hard. I'm pretty sure it requires correct play for 10 moves if you just sack in exchange for no reason. Yeah, bro. That's not even something I was even considering. Like, I'm already in trouble, bro. So now after f5 happened, bishop c5 there. Bishop c5 is right here. Bishop c5, where? Plus save the check for possible future tactic. That's correct. Seize the king. That is correct. You can see preserving the check is a good idea. Bishop f5. Oh yeah, no, same idea. If bishop f5, you always get hit with g4, shut the door, like start a new game, everything. And this is really bad. This is really, really scary. G4 is a nasty move for us. You can't move the bishop, and you know that's a wrap. You know, the queen takes f7. This is nasty, a nasty little game. So rook to d8, he played queen f3. I knew f5 was coming. I had to play f5. He played rook a to e1, and now I had to check because this was, if I just move a piece, like, you know, there's all kind of stuff that can happen. I think bishop f6 was like knight d5. So I was like, yo, I need a tempo. Like, I'm tired of getting attacked here. But I caused it to myself because I did unnecessary risk. Like, why did you do this? You had a great position out of the opening. I just didn't want to settle for equal. I was looking for more in a position that I should not have. And I played bishop d4 check. He went king h1. I played, the only move really here is like knight to d7. So I played knight d7, and I'm out here looking crazy in the middle of the street, holding on by a thread. Knight e5 is I'm like, please let me get knight e5 in, bro, and I'll be okay. Like, please let me get knight e5 in, bro. You look more like DJ KYLO than a chess player. Thanks, Sandeep. Bishop d7 there. I think bishop d7 I didn't like. Why didn't I like bishop d7? I don't remember. Let's see. Bishop d7. Oh, bishop c4. Yeah, this was annoying to me. This was very annoying. And then I'm like, maybe rook e7 happens. And like, I just didn't like it. I didn't think it was correct. For some reason, I didn't like it. And actually, Engine thinks best 3 moves in this position are knight d7. So I found the best move. Knight a6, which is the secondary. And the last move is bishop a6. Knight d7 is what I chose. Because I knew if I could play knight e5, I'm going to have a good game. I'll be okay if he lets me get the knight on e5. But if he doesn't let me get the knight on e5, it's going to be a wrap. I even saw if rook e6 here, if rook e6, bro, I was able to play knight e5. I was so hyped. I was like, bro, I might be back in the game. Like, for real. Knight e5. Look at this move, bro. Look how nasty that is. Knight e5. That's like crazy. So now if you take my queen, I take yours. I take yours, bro. We straight. Now we back in the game. I'm hitting this rook. I can move my knight back to e5. Like, I'm straight. I am straight, bro. So I was hoping he would play rook e6 or even rook e7. I could play queen f6 first and then knight e5. This was my other idea. If rook e7, I could go queen f6. And then if doubling, I can play knight e5. But actually, wow, I couldn't play this. d6 is crushing, apparently. What if rook b8? Oh, because knight d5. Yeah, so you had to go knight e5 anyway. I remember seeing that sequence too, and I was like, yeah, I can't allow this. So maybe it was queen d6, then knight e5. Yeah, queen d6 stops d6, and then if rook here, knight e5. But this was still very bad. Like, this position was just gross. It was a very gross position to even be in. What's up, Nick? What's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. He did. He punished queen b6 very precisely. And this is why I shouldn't take unnecessary risk. The guy got 2 IM norms. He's dumb strong. He's been 2,500 USCF. The man is ridiculous. And I was just trying to, you know, queen b6. Like, just do it, bro. What up? Queen b6, bro. You know, and I never do this again. Like, don't take unnecessary risk. Knight d7, and then after knight d7, bishop c6. I love how ruthless chess is. That's correct. Yeah, bishop c6. And now here, guys, I could have saved myself. But I didn't like this move. Again, I thought it was very passive to me. Bishop b7 was actually the best move, which I'm still holding on by a thread. You get any norms? Not yet, bro. Not yet. Chicago Open. I'm actually going to Chicago, by the way. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But I will be going to Chicago Open, and it's already paid for. Me and my dad are going. My dad can play in the under 1900 section. I'm playing in the open section, playing for a norm. So let's get it. What is the difference between FIDE rating and USCF rating? FIDE is international. USCF is US. I'm in Chicago. Yeah, bro. We'll be in Chicago. We're gonna be at the West End Hotel in Wheeling, Illinois. So it's gonna be fire, bro. We staying at the host hotel. So wherever you know, they having a tournament in the same hotel. So we going, bro. It's gonna be fire. I'm excited. You in Chicago? Let's go. Hey man, you know we're gonna turn up. I'm gonna stream off the phone. Right? We're gonna have some live chess going, blitz games, all that other stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Shout out, a lot of shout out in the chat. Nice. Yeah, I'll let y'all know when I touch down. Bishop B7. Thanks for the follow. Sudakas Chess. When is it again? In May? Yes, in May. It's gonna be May. I'm leaving. I'll be there May 26th to June 1st. That's how I'm gonna be there. Hey, have you revealed your new Sicilians? Actually, I have not, but I am playing. I will say, hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Yo, Quinn, appreciate you. Canty Fan Club. Let's go. Hey, Lady Lowski. Appreciate you, girl. Do you ever find it tough to analyze losses? No, actually, it's hard to take losses. I will say that, absolutely. But analyzing them, you learn. And when you learn, you can do better. That's all it's about. You can do better. Are you playing in Vegas this summer? Hopefully. I'm trying to play as many norm tournaments as possible. Think you'll be IM level with the Grunfeld by end of May? Oh, easy. Easy. It's all about the work. It's all about the work. And somebody give you something and tell you this is what you got to study, you do it. It just, unless you don't want to get better, that's up to you. You have you control your success in that part. So I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I even know the date that another Grunfeld. I can't wait for this boy to drop by Peter Fiddler. It's a wrap. I'm going crazy. I am going crazy. But you know, I'm already studying something in the meantime to be prepared. It's like a pre-thing. Shutdown in the building. That's right, y'all. Shutdown. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Best of luck. Thank you. Thank you. Quinn with the 2 years. Yeah, Quinn, bro. Wow. 2-year badge. Shout out to Quinn. Congrats on the 2 years, bro. Dang, man. You remember where he was 2 years ago, bro? 2 years ago? Shout out to you, Quinn. That's crazy. 2 years, my guy. Wow. So Bishop E7's on the board, though. How often do you train with the new coach? Once a week. Usually once a week. I'm looking at Chessable, Anish, Giri, Knight, of course. Yeah, definitely nice. Free 1 hour lesson for 2 years. Funny. No, but I am playing the Knight of Sicilian now as black via my coach, and it's very strong. Also, my other GM coach that I had about a year ago, he said the same thing. So you want to make GM? I'm like, yeah, bro, yeah. Tell me Russian chess school. Tell me everything. You got to play Najdorf. He was like, every GM has to do it. I was like, wow, okay. And then a year later, 2 years later, next GM coach, yeah, Najdorf. I'm like, okay, that's enough. That's all I had to hear. So I'm Najdorfed up. Najdorf like crazy, and then Grunfeld instead of King's Indian now. And I can still stick with E4. So we're good. We're good. But now I got a lot of stuff to study. Still got a lot of studying to do. Not even close to where I want to be study-wise. I got a lot of studying to do. So Bishop B7. But I could have played Bishop B7. I did not, though. So much theory. Would love to go with you. Yeah, man. It's so much theory, bro. But, you know, it depends on where your level is and where your ratings are, too. Is you're only going to have to study a certain amount of theory until you need to do something crazy. Until you, like, you know, you get better. You know, then we'll work on more theory. Whoa, Sign of Apocalypse, no KID anymore. No, man. It's like a, you know, a birthday. Like when you just grow up, you turn 21 and you can now buy alcohol. Like, you know, it's like, hey, you know what? No more KID. We grew up. Now we have to play Grunfeld. Scotch Gambino gone as well. Certain ones. Certain Scotch Gambinos. We sort of kind of do it. Yeah, but I am growing as a player. Paul Drink, KH20. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. So I play Rook B8 immediately. Not immediately. I thought a little bit, but rocking the shades, bro. Thanks, my guy. Still playable. Yeah, C3 Cecile is still playable. I actually have some very nice work from my coach, actually. That's like, yeah, bro, check this out. I'm like, oh, that's the same thing, but they made this and they made this change in it. And blah, blah, blah. You know, I've been playing C3 Cecile for the kill for like, shoot, 5-6 years now. Long time. But, you know, so when theory changes or something new is there, I look at it, I compare it to my old stuff, and like, oh, that's sweet. Oh, and it's better. You know, it gets better. Jim Canty's a future title. Not wishful thinking. Nothing but positive vibes. Your man will get it. Your man will get after it and get it. Speak it, believe it, and achieve it. Lady Lowski with the positive vibes. That's right. Come on now. Speaking the truth. Lowski. Appreciate you, girl. Who's your coach? Tengi. Tengi Ringor is my coach now. Tengi Ringor. Ringor. What's wrong with the King's Indian? There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, actually, it's wrong when you're getting stronger. When you're getting stronger, when you're playing very strong players. I'm talking about FM, IM, GM. The King's Indian is going to be one of the hardest things you can ever play as you get stronger. But there's a solution, which is the Grunfeld. I'm a 680 Blitz, 1200 Rapid. The Blitz players are so much better, and I can't get my rating up. And yeah, you just have to keep playing, bro, and work on you got to see what's wrong with your game. You know, like what's up right there, which we can work on that. You know, what's up, Canty Kill, the good work. What's up, Niners Rule? What's goody? Is he Indian? No, he's not Indian. I forgot where he's from. You can Google him, though. Just type in Tangy Chess. Tangy right here. Like, this is how you spell it. You can literally type that in Google. You can find out everything about him. He's, like, all over Google. So, Rook B8, very strong. Very, very strong GM. So, after Rook B8, I play Rook B8 with the intention of Bishop A6 because I thought he could play Bishop F4. And he did. So, after Bishop A4, I, like, instantly played Bishop A6 right here. And this was actually a blunder. This was game over right here. I actually missed the only tactic, but not even missed the only one. There's so much going on, and it's hard to make good moves in a bad position. There's also hard to make good moves in a very complex and complicated position like this one. So many ways White could probably just win here, and he found one of the best ones. Actually, after bishop takes b8, I was going to take on f1 was my goal here, but this was a crazy game. I might have one of the most in libraries. I can hook you up with some videos. Hit me up. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I will, bro. I'm gonna get some of that. Probably see what you got through there. GM games are something else, way above my level. Yeah, I play something against d4 that always guarantees me to play in my repertoire. That's what I played for a long time. That's for King's Indian. I played against everything. But now I can play the Grunfeld virtually against everything except e4. My first rating was 1680, but pretty much been plateaued for like 10 years. Yeah, it's time to grow it. Time to grow it. What's up, GM Chess King? And after bishop a6, guys, this man hit me with a combo. This man hit me with a combinese right here after bishop takes d7. So I thought he was going to play rook e6 first or something like bishop takes b8, which I could take with the knight. But he actually did something I didn't consider. He took here, and I was like, well, what if I take on f1? And I forgot. Why didn't I take on f1? I forgot why I didn't take on f1 first. I think, why didn't I? Oh, because it's check. That's why. If I take here, he checks me, and then I just lose a piece. Because I can't take this back. So after I move, he's going to take. And I'm just down a piece here, losing. So I'm like, dang, I'm forced to take this back if I want to keep material count even, which is something I teach students. You have to keep material count even, or at least in your favor. So rook takes d7 is like force if I want to keep material count even, hoping that he takes on b8 and then I take on f1, and then we do a full trade on everything. But here this man found a move and hit me with a flex real hard. Bam, rook e6, and we in the mix. Wow, that's a big boy move right there. That's a big boy move. I hit real hard. I hit real hard. At this point, I knew I was lost for real. I was like, oh, this is it. This is over. I was like, dang, bro, why'd I take this unnecessary risk? Why? Right? But you live and you learn. So anything that I do, if I move my queen, he just hits here first. And then queen takes and then takes. Oh, appreciate it. I'm up a piece. And I'm a beast. Like, that's it. Over. Okay, queen b7. Step out the way. Same thing. Rook takes. Takes, you take here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, and I have to move my queen, or I give up my queen, is what I did. I just went all out. I just went all in. I was like, you know what? Well, I'm not about to go down a piece. I'd rather make it very hard for him. So bishop takes f1. At least I got 2 rooks for the queen. 2 rooks for the queen. What about queen b2? Queen b2, I think rook takes a6. I mean, and then what's next, right? Queen takes, right? I'm still down a piece right now. I'm still down a piece. So I need to take a piece back. And then he takes this one, and I'm still down a piece. Like, no, everything's down a piece. Everything's down a piece. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm down a piece, I'm going to just go the crazy route and see if we can get some real good counterplay. Takes, rook takes, and now I got 2 rooks at least. And then I took on b2 and was like, okay, maybe I could take c3. If I get to double this, he might have some trouble. Like, this could be crazy. This could absolutely be crazy. I also could play rook here and bishop rook takes somehow. Right, so, but I'm like, man, this is just bad, bro. So let's go through. He played queen e1, which was the best move. I knew he would play something like this, because now you got to check here, he got to check here, and I'm like, man, this sucks. This sucks. Just taking an unnecessary risk. Rook b to d7 to try to do something. I don't even have a threat here. I realized, like, I don't even have a threat, bro. After bishop takes, rook check, he blocks it. And if I try rook a1, he can run with the d-pawn. I was like, everything's losing. He played h4, strange way. But he used the h-pawn and the queen and the bishop here to deliver something nice. What is the clock time you get matches in this tournament? This one was 90 minutes with 30-second increment. The tournament I'm going to in Chicago is actually more. 10 minutes more. I'm like, dang, bro. Y'all want us to think all day? Like, yo, I just came from a norm tournament. There was 10 minutes less. So now they got an extra 10 minutes. Like, it's 100 minutes, and I think it's 30-second increment for the time control. I'm like, yo, y'all tripping. Like, we are tripping. That's an extra 20 minutes on the whole game. You know, that's a whole game, bro. Your match reference, it wasn't long enough. Yeah, it was long. I've been watching him since the start, him and Ben. They started to grow. Wonder what happened. Who you talking about? You know who you talking about there? Start him with Ben. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, you talking about Tengi? 60L should be max. Yeah, too long. 60L should be max. Yeah. You know, sometimes you can think an hour on a move, believe it or not. But then it's not even a move. It's you're thinking about everything after the move. And sometimes even calculating, you know, 20 moves, like something ridiculous. And that will take a long time because you need to check everything. So rook to c2. I was like, man, let's just do whatever. Let's just do whatever. Rook c2. He played queen check. I went king g7. He plays h5. And I was like, uh-oh, can I just take this? But there was mate like everywhere. I was like, yeah, that was brilliant, right? After rook takes, there's check, king here, and then there's check here. And then after king anywhere right here, doesn't matter where, queen takes. So I saw this, and I was like, yo, that was dumb strong. Nothing I could do there. So that didn't work. So I was like, okay, if I take with the bishop, check, king here, check again. This is not mate, by the way. It might be still somehow. Yeah, it's still not. Or is this mate? Yikes, that's actually mate. I didn't even see that till now. I just saw this today. I just saw this. So that probably was the same thing. Either way you take it was mate. By queen f8 check followed by queen d6. Beautiful checkmate. So I played, he played h5. I took it because I was like, well, I can't allow h6. And then, you know, I knew this was going to be over soon. I was like, maybe I could try king g6. And I was like, I can't even go king g6. And I was like, what about king h6? And then I think he had check, check, check. Bro, wait, where's the mate at? There was a mate in here. And there is a mate. I know there is a mate. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, can't go that route. Check. Check. I don't see it, bro. I do not see the mate. Oh, right here. I'm tripping. I'm thinking I could go king h5. Literally, yeah. I'm thinking I could take this. Yeah, this was the mate I was looking at. Right, queen g3 mate. Correct. Yeah. I was like, there's mate somewhere. Yeah, queen g3 mate. Absolutely. So there's nothing I could do. Like, yeah, there's nothing I could do there either. And at this point, I'm like, well, I have to take it. Bishop takes e5. Check. King g6. He went d6. There's nothing I can do. Capture your own pieces. Yeah. He has strong chess intuition things, bro. I got confused for a moment. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It made me trip too. Like, I thought I could go king h5, but I can't. Rook d2. And then he checked me, and I went to king g7 because if I go forward, he has a check here. And of course, keeping hope alive as much as possible. He played knight d5, and then this is where I resigned. I resigned right here and knocked all the pieces off the table, and then flipped the table, and then walked out. So, you know, but this is definitely the game. So I was mad about it, but I was like, well, I learned, and I was like, what did I do wrong? I took the unnecessary risk of playing queen to b6, even though I could have played so many other things, right? Coming through the opening. Here, I had all these other choices. But yet, I wanted to choose queen b6. Did you really throw the pieces around? No, bro. Get out of it. Come on, don't cry wolf. Come on. You can't do that kind of thing. Like, you should never do that kind of thing. That's terrible etiquette. Is there anything you can do to stop the d6 pawn? Couldn't see anything. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. So, now, after castles, knight d7 was a better move. a6, bishop g4. These were all my possibilities, but I didn't want to play them. I was like, I don't want to play this. I want to play a better way. I want to play risky. I want to play King's Indian defense. I want to, you know, do what I want. And I even tell my students this is not it's not about what you want to do, it's what you have to do, and it's what the board tells you have to do. And I learned that here. But of course, now my coach got me playing Grunfeld. I'm happy with it. I'm actually playing some great games too, and some blitz games, and doing well with the Grunfeld. So, yeah. But this was round 2 of the Charlotte IM tournament.